Hi guys, my name is Mark and today I will show you the new RAZER HUNTSMAN analog, which is kinda be or wants to be a Wooting or the Apex Pro TKL, but is it really one? I will show you in this review guys. Let's go! So as I said, I will show you the RAZER HUNTSMAN 60%, so the mini version in analog with optical switches. I will review the German version. I got it for like 130 euro roughly. The European price or RSP is like 150, 160 euro, which is for a 60% keyboard kind of expensive, I would say. Because it's basically still the old plastic keyboard that was like before, like the version 1 with the V2 optical switches, but some things have changed here, and they show you on the backside. They've put in new switches. We will talk about the switches in this video a lot, and I will show you if they can hold what RAZER is promising or telling you they are capable of or doing, and what people think they are doing. Because just to give you a short overview, on the day the thing dropped, basically I was streaming like nearly every day. I played some rounds of Apex, and some people came short after 18 or 6 o'clock to my stream and said, yo, wait. I said, what's up? What? RAZER dropped new keyboard, it's the Wooting Destroyer. And I thought myself, RAZER dropped the keyboard, it's the Wooting Destroyer. Okay, what is it? The new Huntsman Mini. And I played the Huntsman Mini, the old ones, for a long term with the optical reds V2s. I enjoyed it a lot. It's still a valuable keyboard, even for now, because it's way more cheaper than it was before, since the new analog dropped. And I'm thinking about, okay, how it wants to be better or imitating the Wooting 2HE, which is a Hall effect switch based keyboard. And normally all the Huntsmans are optical switches. I was kind of confused, and then I just went to the PR section of RAZER, because I still go get those PR emails. But I don't get any stuff from RAZER anymore since we've done the V2X, what was it? The Viper V2X, whatever. So the low budget Viper version review. And for me, it was a good review, to be honest, because it was based. No one forced me to say something. I just told you what I think the mouse is capable of, and since then there was no more communication with RAZER, but I still get those PR emails, but nothing up front. And I think since the leak some weeks ago about the new V2 Pro, I'm kind of surprised I still get those PR emails. So on the backside of this package, they show you already, I can show it maybe here, they already show it or show the new switches, that they're basically optical and adjustable. So it confused me already when I looked at the box. But besides this, I will show you the box. The box in general is kind of environmental friendly now. Oh, what happened here? You see my YouTube list, bro. Why see YouTube list? Now you don't see my YouTube list anymore. So basically what's in there, a lot of normal paperwork, box work. That's good. RAZER keep to be environment friendly a lot right now. They use sewing, they feels like recycled paper, but still have like those plastic here. I don't think it's recycled. They still use these eBay bags here, and still they use rubber. Like, it's okayish. They try, at least, I would say at least they try or are trying. And I saw they have a lot of champagnes with environment friendly, this and that, and you buy this and that, and they plant trees. It's a first step, to be honest. It's more PR than it's worth the work, I think, because besides this, they never show or never shown the real places of the production or the factories where those products were made, and the where the sources, or where basically everything is sourced from. So we don't know if it's really this or that environment friendly as they want to show us. but that's another very long story. If you want to know more about this, Google, guys, just Google, use YouTube, Shein, all the stuff, and I think you know what I mean. And this is my cat, by the way. So besides this, I just had this keyboard here. I just bought it. It was not available on the first week. It took like over a week to get it, nearly 2 weeks to order it at one of the biggest sales agents for electronic gear in Germany from the Saturn Media Markt group. I was picking it up then in the shop. As I said, I saved some money over there because there was like a special on this weekend where I bought. I have the old right here and the new, and just by sound, that's the new one. That's the old one. So what changed? Besides the optical switch totally changed. So besides they just barely changed the switches like we knew already, or like I told you already. I opened the Razer website, which is the German version right now. That's why you will see everything in German, and I have no idea how to change it in English, to be honest. I will stay it in German because the graphic will show it for you, and I will explain you what you see in the graphic. Basically, they just show you how the new laser is working. This graphic is kind of poor. This graphic is way better. This one, they give you the animation. What does it show you? It shows you at first how basically or in which way Razer opticals are working. They're working a little bit different compared to others. Others have a steady light, which is like sending the whole time to a sensor. And when it's how can I say, when the light gets blocked, the sensor on the other side did not get the light signal anymore, so it's not illuminated with the laser, so it stops sending, or basically what it does for you in return is it sends. So when you press down the switch, it breaks the light, so the light can't pass the shaft of your switch anymore, and the sensor did not get the light signal anymore. That's, for example, how Gatrons are working. That's one thing. These are working different. Here, Razer made something, or is buying at the company we seeked out, where you need to buy, what was it, like 3, 4, 5,000 of the optical switches as one time with a little bit different liftoff, or with a little bit wider or longer actuation distance. They just buy in there. No, it's not LK bloody whatever. It's a totally different company. You can Google it yourself and watch the YouTube videos and to find out. They also do those low profile opticals, whatever. So what Razer have done here compared to the old, and in general how it works is the shaft. So the shaft which is get moved, but when you just touch or like actuate the switch, works down, and in it there's a hole. Like the shaft here has a hole like this, and when you move it down, the light at one point, the actuation point, passes the hole and then illuminates the sensor on the other side. That's where your signal gets sent. So that's where the actuation is triggered, you can say. And now they did it different. Here on the animation you can see that the laser signal on the right side, when it passes the shaft, the hole I told you, gets thicker as deeper the actuation, so as deeper the shaft goes. What does it mean? This is basically like the trigger button on your controller or in the joystick, like where you can, by adjusting the force you're giving to it, you can control, here in this case, the thickness of the laser, and basically gives you the abilities to emulate or simulate and controller like feeling. And how would you do this with this laser in the signal? The sensor is measuring the thickness, and so the amount of the illumination, so the strength of the illumination, and by presetted numbers of illumination, he knows it's this and this range, and the shaft is this and that deep. One thing here, just to compare, as we can see this graphic, I show you another graphic now, which is kind of different. That's of the one of the Wooting. That's a Hall effect switch. A Hall effect switch works completely different. It's not optical, it's mechanical, magnetical by let me say controlled by fields. In the shaft on the bottom side, downside, there's like an actor, and on the other side there's an actor too. And just by the comparing of signals or like of some presetted voltages, he knows how deep the shaft is in. And that's why these guys can on the first point actuate at 0.1 millimeter. Now we go back to Razer. What is Razer doing here? You see, there's a long movement in before the laser passes the hole. That's one major difference already. Razer, the first settable actuation point is 1.5 millimeter. Compared to the old Reds were like 1.3ish or 2ish millimeter. It's even 2 millimeter, 0.2 millimeter more. And the total actuation distance here is like 3.6 millimeter compared to the lacquer switches, which is 4 millimeter in total. And it's kind of different here, because on the lacquers you can set and preset free where you want to have it. Like you go in like on like 1, and then you go up like 2 or 0.2 or whatever, and then it just is able to scan this way that you can, after the release, you can actuate again. And here on Razer, it's absolutely different. And I will show you this with the Razer software, because the one big problem I see here, or which is like for me like is a thing which is like not acceptable for me, or which is making the extreme big difference in doing or using this keyboard, which is this keyboard is not capable of, but the Apex TKL Pro is capable of, and Wooting 2 HE Mini is definitely capable of, is that you can set the actuation point and reset the release point free. You can't do it here. Of course, for example, even of the release point, you are again stopped at those 1.5 millimeters. And another problem is like, let me check it. It's like, it says 3.6, yeah? Then we go down like 1.8, yeah? And we would have to adjust it here again. The problem is, here, if you reset it, it is not able, like the Wooting that you can, I can show you, which is able to just set a fixed reset and activate point, or how can I say it, which is like here shown on the right side, like you can just adjust it always. You can go, you go 0.6 down, and after going 0.1 up, you go 0.6 down again, and it activates again. Then you go 0.1 up, and then you go 0.6 down again, and it activates again. So you just can hold the button on the fly, so the switch on the fly, and you can just, by flying, so by just triggering the whole time. With the Wooting, I have the Wooting here, I will show you what I mean. You can just trigger the whole time like this, and it's always actuating and resetting again by the parameters you have set. That's a huge difference. And it's only possible with Hall effect switches like the Wooting has, or the Apex Pro TKL has. By the way, the Wooting is way cheaper than the TKL. The Wooting is faster, it's more beautiful, the software is better, the adjustment is better. Everything is better if you still buy Apex Pro TKL, because you're like a full Fortnite kid. Please stop it, save your money, buy or pre-order Wooting. I'm not associated or affiliated or whatever. I just can tell you, keep your fucking money and buy a Wooting. It's the better keyboard, okay guys? Also, it comes 60% soon in like 3 months, maybe. I pre-ordered it, by the way. I would test it anyway. So that's a huge difference already. So there's nothing close to be destroying the Wooting keyboard besides or off the side of Razer. For me, it's like, it's a nice try. Okay, you can just set your analog double bindings of mouse, joystick, controller. You can also bind controller to a key on the keyboard and whatever. You can do all of this, guys. But it's not comparable with anything you can do on the Wooting. Yes, you can adjust the curves, guys. I know you can say here it's the x-axis, then you just add another whatever function and you go next layer. Then I would need to connect the controller. Then you can say, like on the Wooting software, for example, I show you the Wooting software, then you can just say like you didn't, you've done here, you say which kind of profile you want to use, linear, aggressive, whatever. It's the same settings basically. They looked for me like they just tried or copied the settings, everything out of the Wooting software, ported it to the Razer software in a worse way, because the overview here is like fucking trash, because like, don't save it, please just close it. The software is just not good. It was never good on no Razer product. The Synapse overview for keyboard or for mouse is just awful. Always. It's big, 400 megabyte. It's running 12 processes right now. Even if you installed, there's like three things still in your registry, 2 things still in your startup. It's starting up every time again. Drivers starting up, loading, booting up every time in Windows. Even if you have installed everything, you need to hand clean registry, you need to hand clean startup, you need to hand clean the drivers. That's one thing. And if I uninstall Wooting, there's nothing left. Everything is gone. Only the profiles if you want to keep them. But there's nothing left. So Razer software is not that good. The use case for the keyboard is kind of like not as big as it should be to compete with the Wooting, and the rest, nothing changed. It's still poor plastic bag for 160 euro. It's okay, it's double shot PBT keycaps, but it's loud. The switches, the actuation point is deeper, longer, so it's 1.5 millimeter, not 1.3 or 1.2 or 1.1. That's also versa. It's so loud. I used it in stream. I just streamed and played it, and after one game, one round of Apex, the whole stream were like, Mark, please stop playing this keyboard. Please play something else. It's so loud. And I have a very good setting, guys. The setup here is very good made. You don't hear anything. You don't. I played those clicky speed switches from Kale, the new V2s. No one heard them. But these, it's like we can compare it to these here, to the old peppers. Okay, they're a little bit louder, but that's not a huge difference, to be honest. So for me, this product is not what it should be. And they tried to copy something they're not capable to copy with an optical switch. It's a nice try, but it's only like, I don't know. If there's someone out there who's playing it, tell me how you play it, why you play it, and what's the benefit of playing it over just buying the old one for like 50 euro less, buying an 8K version or buying a Wooting. Just please, if you play this and watch this video, what's the benefit of playing this one? And I show you another big disadvantage now, guys. Besides those Razer software, besides that the Wooting is working better, besides a lot of other stuff, I was kind of disappointed over the pricing for sure, because for this price you should get a total body, a total aluminium body, like a Ducky Mecha Mini back in the days. And I hope the Ducky 3 will come with the Mecha Mini setup at this price point, because it will be mind-blowing, because the Ducky 3 is fast, it's hot swap, this guy is not hot swap, and their use case is it's very right, way better. Even the plastic version feels better than this one. This one, by the way, is only $109. I switched the switches already. It's like, that's the better keyboard, to be honest. And then I just made, like, you know me, guys, I made this latency test for you. And I also have to crown a new latency king in this video, and I will do it now. We just start off with the slowest keyboard of my measurements here, and surprise, surprise, it's the new RAZER Huntsman Mini Analog. It's basically 11.49 milliseconds with a 1.33 millisecond standard deviation, which basically means it's slow and loud, and it's not usable in Fortnite as you want to use it in Fortnite, guys. So just go and buy the new RAZER controller. I think it's a Saber. Then the next one is like the old Huntsman Mini version 1, 60%, but with the version 2, with the V2 red switches. Basically it's like, I tested it with 10 milliseconds and a standard deviation of 1.35 milliseconds. So it's still fast and it will stay fast, but now it's also cheap. I think you can get it below 100 euro now. I thought price is around 80 euro right now. And it also has double shot PBT keycaps with shine through for this price, guys. It's kind of unmatched, to be honest, if you get this for 80 euro. Then the next one is the Wooting in those digi and analog mode. The analog mode is a little bit slower. It's 9.49 milliseconds with a standard deviation of close to 2 milliseconds. And then the digi mode is coming in, which is not the Tachyon mode, guys. The Tachyon mode is faster, but I will show in another video why the Tachyon mode is faster when I have an oscilloscope to prove this, but I don't have one right now. It has then 9.45 milliseconds with a higher standard deviation, which is caused by the digi mode and the RGB running on both modes, and on the Tachyon mode it's not running, by the way, and then that's why it's faster also. And after this, with a very good 9.45 milliseconds, which is very, very good made, guys. That's a good number. There comes the 8K version of the RAZER Huntsman TKL V2 with those purple clickies. Biggie. It's like 8.56 milliseconds with a standard deviation of 1.86 milliseconds. That's also not that bad. To be honest, I was kind of surprised. By the way, this one was tested with no RAZER software on the PC, so I have no clue if I even saved the profile. I can tell you the game mode was not on, because the Windows buttons and all the buttons were working in game, and on stream also I used the other one. You instantly just drop out on Windows. And then the fastest one, the new low latency king for now, is the Ducky, bro, would be nice, would be a Ducky. The RAZER Huntsman V2 10K less, so TKL with the optical reds. The new version I reviewed already for you, but when I've done the review, I didn't have the LDAT, but now I have the LDAT, so I just tested it. It's 7.74 milliseconds with a standard deviation of 1.4 milliseconds. So that's the fastest keyboard I've tested for now. Yes, it's faster than the fucking Corsair K60 plastic trash bomber out of hell. And yes, it's faster than the fucking Apex TKL Pro bullshit keyboard. Okay, that's the fastest for now, guys. Maybe I have something faster, but I did not test it. So I hope this video gave you a brave overview about the RAZER family Huntsman with the latest updates and the old main version for me. Also, I think I de-elucidated or gave a good conclusion or overview why the Wooting is still the market leader for like those, how I wanna call it, for the Hall effect based keyboards on the market. It's way more premier, way more worthy, with the better software compared to the Apex Pro TKL. The keycaps are better because they are double shot PBT and not ABS. You can buy these keycap sets there in different colors for only like 30 euro. It's very, very nice. It's full size, the same switches everywhere, very good, low latency, software gets updated frequently, badges get updated, and there's a lot of work into the Wooting. They improved a lot, and this is still the #1 keyboard if you want to have advantages of a controller or joystick on your keyboard. That's the #1 choice. even in latency. And if you don't care about those settings and you just want a very fast keyboard and you don't care if it's TKL or 60%, then you can go with this one. And if you want a good 60%, in my opinion, wait for the Ducky 123 Mini when it's available in your country, or just buy it at Mecha Keyboards. It's available there frequently, a lot of different switches, and they are all fast. I tested them a lot already with the hotspot function. I can tell you that's the keyboard I enjoyed the most for now. And I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did, because I do this out of favor, because I want to do it, and I like to show you that some people or some companies just want to fool you a little bit and just want to rip you off with those $26 US keyboards from a very big factory named by it's okay. Buy this instead. Don't buy the analog with the black ones. Buy the old one, the old V1 with V2 switches. If you want a mini, get it for 80. Be happy. Thank me later, guys. If there's anything I forgot to mention or you think I'm wrong with or didn't understand the right way, just put it down in the comments below. I try to answer more frequently in future, guys. There's a lot of work coming up right now because we are working on a lot of projects for you, and we keep you posted. We also try to improve the video quality and standards, as you can see, or as I hope you can see. And in future we will have way more interesting stuff for you. Just stay tuned, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.